Oh no. All right. Oh no. The screen. I can't. I just can't. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is Wednesday, March 20th of all days. March 20th already. Yeah. You know, it was the first day of spring yesterday. I forgot to mention it. I always thought it was on March 21st. And then June 21st. No, it's June 20th now. September 21st now. It's really weird how that changed. Yet Stonehenge has everything set up on the 21st of the winter summer solstices. I'm confused, but it is the first second day of spring. So it was 42 degrees this morning. 42 degrees. At 9 a.m., it was 44. It was cold. And then it got to 73 today, after like 31-degree jump. Yeah, tomorrow's supposed to be a little warmer, and then Friday in the 80s. So I want to tell you, tomorrow I will go to NASA in Orlando, a 2 hour and 5 minute drive for the 5 o'clock launch of one of the SpaceX capsules, rockets, whatever. Capsule. They're doing something, putting up equipment. They're doing two launches 2 days in a row. Now, if I do go, I'll do the show live at 5. I'll go on at 4:30. We'll talk to people if there's people around. There's going to be a viewing area, I'm sure. I've never done this before. Remember, I was supposed to go see the Artemis launch and have special access, and we got denied. Yeah, something happened where they denied almost everybody from going there. But remember how many times that thing was delayed? Yeah, I would have been pissed if I drove 4 hours there and back for no reason. So I want to make sure, but that would be fun. And then on Friday, we've got Will Conundrums coming on. Well, that's right. We're going to hear Will's story. Officially, the good story. He said he saved it for Goof On. Yeah, the other stories are great, but this one, he saved it for me. I made that up. I cannot tell a lie. It is impossible. You just did. I was a joke. And what is with people doing that now? Mainly women from back east who are known as princesses, saying when they get mad, instead of saying, get out of here, they go, get out of here. Shut up. What's with the It's an extended vocalization of your anger, I guess. It's like, I'm really mad. They just changed it to. Hey, well, welcome to Goof On. Let's do a little bit of roll call, because tonight we're going to talk about why would you trust anybody in the government? Why are people thanking? Is that for real? That's not a joke? Is that a joke? That thing for Chuck Schumer tomorrow? That has to be a joke, right? I'm the only one who fell for it. I don't believe it yet. I'll believe it when it happens. I don't think they're really thanking Chuck Schumer. For what? For what? Being part of the lie? Did he do anything? I mean, I don't know. I can't remember. I can't remember him doing anything. It's really strange what's going on. It is. It's bizarre. Everything is just turning. And I really don't believe anything I see anymore in this field. Heck, I haven't seen anything real and, well, ever from the government. So why would you trust them? Why? I'll tell you why. Because you're desperate, just like me. I don't trust the government. I need them to just open up a little bit. Just a little. That's all. See? And you trusted them. Not you guys here. I'm talking about boop, that side, beep, of ufology. I'll never forget the first day I saw Elizondo. And I said, all right. I did. All right, we'll give this guy a chance. It was about a week later. I said, nope, can't do it. Something's wrong. I don't remember exactly what made me feel that way, but he just, he may look the part, but it's almost like I look at him like a family member. You know, I'm so used to him, I'm like numb. And I almost don't care. You know, you talk about somebody so much, and you just, you just lose interest. It happens. We're human. Anyway, we'll get deeper into that a little later. Hey, who's here? Beats and Tapes is here. Welcome to the Samo, Goophonian Rockstar. Welcome to the show. Marcel, Goophonian Metalhead. What's up? Welcome to the show. Zach Diecast Malt. Welcome to the show. Jeanette, the best angel yet. Hey, I came up with a good jingle. All right. Hey, welcome to the show. The angel of Goof On. Murder Hornet. Okay, that's cool. Glad you're here laying down because you need rest too, my friend. Glad you could be here, Murder Hornet. The MH. MH370? No. Phil McCorrick. Cool name, man. Good to see you. Welcome. Alfie Joe Bob. What do you say, AJB? Good to see you, too. Brookies. What do you say there, Chief? How you doing, man? Hey, Metalhead. What is up? Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Leader Schumer. Oh, remember that? James Fox was like salivating orgasm stuff out of his mouth. He was just so, what's the word? Is it enthralled? Fascinated? Starstruck. I don't know. He was all of the above. Leader Schumer. Schumer, whatever. Oh, I hate that. I can't believe I forgot about that, Metalhead. Welcome to the show. Glenn Collins. What do you say? How do you be? Miss DJ, good to see you. How you doing? Kelly Lewis, welcome to the show. The EW is here. Stephen A. What do you say? Ole. Hooray. Welcome to the show. Sky Allen. Hey. I know I'm stupid today. I know. Every day, actually. All right, I'll be nice. Paul Richardson, welcome to the show. Got a lot to talk about tonight. So let's just get going. David Rope, how you doing, man? Welcome to the show. Paula Faust, cannot not say hi. Welcome to the room. Good to see everybody. Hey, Thor. Welcome to the show. Thor Pink. All right. So if I didn't say your name, it does not mean I don't love you. It means we have a lot of show to do, and things like this happen. Twinkle became a member of Truthology for Ufology is what it really should say, but until they fix that, thank you very much for becoming a member of Goof On. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. You knew I was going to say that, but I didn't make it rated R. Good to see you. Thank you for the support. And if you want to help support Goof On just like Twinkle, you can use the join button anywhere you see it. Join up to Goof On, special perks, videos, and live shows right before Monday. Special shows just for members. And a video coming up, which I think will be good. My favorite video, one of my favorite videos that I made was the Law of Attraction video. I still think that's the best one on the whole whole channel. I don't know. It was fun. I like that law of attraction. I feel like it works for me. And I'm not saying it works all the time, but that's my fault. But it's true. If you believe in the law of attraction, I can't get started talking about it because once I get started, it's hard to turn me off because I've had great success with it. Well, why don't you do it all the time? It should work for your health. You should be a millionaire. Yeah, that's true. Now, I'll tell you real quick why that's not happening. Because when you do the law of attraction, you have to, if I want to be a millionaire, I have to do the law of attraction every day religiously, probably a couple times a day to undo a lifetime's worth of doors that I've closed and opportunities that'll never be again. The universe it may take a while for the universe to figure that out for me. So you know what happens after like 2-3 weeks of doing it every day, which by the way, it's not easy. Like you just think, oh, you're going to do it every day. No, no, stuff happens. Life goes on. Hey, who sent $6.09? It showed up on the computer. I've never seen that before. It doesn't say who, though, so I still have to open it up. Oh, who sent PayPal? That's weird. There, it just came in. Oh, wow. Hey, Julian, thank you very much. $6.09. And yeah, and if I can get enough, I can go tomorrow. Because literally I'm broke. So if we can go tomorrow and do the live show at 5 right at the launch and be there for the launch, holy. And even if it gets canceled, I'll still be down at NASA. So there'll be interviews on walking around. I'm going to put a lanyard around my neck with the goof on thing I made. Hold on. Hold on. It just ripped down part of the green screen. I can't wait till I paint this off, this studio. I'm probably going to try to do it this weekend. We don't have to worry about the green screen ever again. We'll go back to normal lighting, true high definition. I'll be able to do things. Oh, I heard a loud banging. And it sounded like somebody was knocking at the front door. Nobody was there. So it's hard to tell if it was outside or it sounded like it was right there. So anyway. What was I talking about? No, let's just move on. I don't know. It doesn't matter. All right. So what is frustrating? I mean, you can see the language I used in the thumbnail last night or yesterday when I made that. I was just reading a lot of negativity about them, and it just made me want to just say, you know what? They're not heroes. And if this Chuck Schumer thing is real tomorrow, I still don't believe it. I think we're being trolled by, I think it's a joke. But if it isn't a joke, it's not funny. Chuck Schumer is bad, very bad, evil man. And I know whoever is here that's on that side of ufology listening in, don't get mad at me. You know what he did. I don't care how much you hate Trump, what he and Nancy Pelosi did. They should be locked up. I mean, really. I mean, what they broke laws. I mean, I don't want to make this a political thing. I'm trying not to, but I can't help it because they turned everything into political ufology. Remember? We got to get the Congress in on it. We got Rubio, we got Gillibrand, we got Luna Bahuna, Tim Burchett. You got your Republicans in there, and all of them are gullible. They don't know what they're talking about. Tim Burchett flips back and forth. Jeremy Corbell's saying, ha ha ha, and then he's like, oh, my good friend Jeremy. Total politician. Even though Tim Burchett is on the right side of history, he's still mingling with the wrong side of history, but I think he has to. And I just don't like it because it shows they really don't care. Tim Burchett loves the attention. He does. I think he loves this attention. But all for what? Where have we gone? Where are we going with these people in charge? What has happened? I'm not saying they're running the show, but they're spokespeople for whistleblowers, legacy programs, or whatever. I don't know if you call them legacy programs, but secret UFO programs. And then you got the political shit over here with the employees of the government, which they're all employees of the government. Why would we ever think the government is going to break down after 70 years of now 70 something, 77? I don't know. It's a lot. Since 1947? Yeah. 57, 67, 77, 87, 97. 07, 17, 77 years in July. And now all of a sudden you think, oh, they're doing this trickle down effect. That drip ufology, right? How's that working, by the way? The slower you go through this, the more the public has time to think about all this stuff. If they would have just kept rolling it and rolling it and rolling it and rolling it out and telling us, and we should be through 15 to 20 whistleblowers by now, wouldn't you think? But we're not. And then on top of that, you got Jaime Maussan, you got Jeremy Corbell, and you got James Fox. I mean, all these people are on the wrong side. And the reason I say that, because they're not doing any good for ufology, not even with the documentaries. And I love documentaries. But when James Fox puts out a UFO documentary or alien-based documentary, man, other than that one video, that the one he made it, the last one, and a long time ago, I'm just seeing the grift being played out with him. I don't like that he's holding on to evidence to put into the next documentary, and all of a sudden now, he's got smoking gun evidence. Well, if you had it, come on, man. What are you waiting for? You're going to have us pay? Yeah, that's what they're doing. That's one thing about the government. They give us nothing for free. All right, they put us at a wild goose chase for free. Or is it? I don't know, $400 for the UFO International Congress or Desert. What is the one that they're doing? It's $400 for a weekend. And I know 19 years ago, it was $180 to go to the Phoenix International UFO Congress, whatever they called it. Yeah, I thought back then that was that. Even if it was that price now, it's still ridiculously high. If it was $200, ridiculously high. That's why I used to just go there and interview the people walking in and out. Hey, how you doing? Oh, how was it? Fantastic. All right, I'm with the AZ UFO show. Who? Don't worry about it. We did all that. It was fun. Didn't have to go in, pay any money, just not really snuck in, but, you put a lanyard around your neck. Isn't that what they're called, right? You put that around your neck, people think you're part of the place. But you start talking to people, and they'll just go ahead. Yeah, that's what. Go ahead. Just say your press. Go ahead. I'm like, all right. Didn't have the bad reputation around the whole community yet, did I? But we did 3 years of that. Yeah. Well, anyway, that's coming up, right? I can't believe it's spring break. So this weekend, if all goes well, or next weekend, I'm going to go to Miami. Never been there, or Fort Lauderdale. Now that's 4.5 hour drive. So I'd be staying the night. And why would I go there? Yeah, well, I've never been. The weather's going to be phenomenal. And with spring breakers everywhere, I don't know, you get a lot of cool interviews, a lot of kids having a lot of fun, a lot of adults going down there, a lot of old people too. It's a whole mix of everybody. You get the young and the old mixture of, I want to know, what do you think? Do you believe aliens are coming? What will the old people say? What will this person say? You know? Do they believe? Does the younger generation actually believe in everything they're seeing? And how much do they really know? What does the public know? And I'll give you a prediction. Not much. Not much. You know what they know? They know the mummies, right? And they think we're going to be attacked. Those are the two things. Oh, the mummies, the Miami thing. I'll ask about that, of course, when I'm down there. And yeah, just see what people really know, young and old. That's what I want. That's what I want to do around the whole country, the world someday. But one thing at a time. We're only 20 years into it. I mean, we got to start sometime. God, I would love to go back 15 years, just 15. I need an extra 15 years because that's all I've got left. Really. I mean, do you think I'm going to be doing this till I'm 80? I mean, I'll be around. Hopefully I'll be alive. But this, I've got 10 years left. Really, I don't have any time left. That's how I have to treat it. That's why I've kind of changed a little bit the last few months. The writing's on the wall, folks. It can happen any friggin' time. And then what? Nothing. Because if I go, nobody's going to replace me, right? And you know what? Nobody needs to. That's the sad effing truth. That's why I am doing the other passionate thing. And tonight I want to show you some things later. After we talk about UFOs, I'll do a bonus show talking about my upcoming passion for the truth, law, justice. And I'll show you why a little bit more, because I know some of you like that stuff. Some of you hate it. Some of you think you're making a big mistake, Rich. You are. So far, no constitutionalist has died from doing this, so I think I'll be all right. I don't care if I get beat up. I don't care if I get tased. I just, whatever it takes, man. You want to see true passion, you're going to see true passion. I tried it in ufology. It is a different crowd. Ufology is a different crowd. You know why? Because all the people who are doing the constitutional shit are just like me. There ain't no snowflakes out there. There ain't nobody crying because you got a mask. Oh, it's too hot out. Or I don't like I'm offending people. I'm putting a camera in somebody's face, which you're not. But that's what everybody says. But it's the Gen Xers and the people just after and just a little bit before. Those are the people from 40 to 70 that are doing this. And, anyway, I'll show you later. I showed a video yesterday of that cop who carried that person around that they just slammed on the ground and lifted him up like an animal. Disgusting. Hey, yesterday we did the interview, the Donald Kehoe after the Condon Committee scam in '68, and I only played a few minutes of it. And the reason I like doing this, because this is important history to understand. Because I preach all the time, it's the same story in a different box, right? Different players, different roles, same story, same narrative, the threat. And it's very interesting to see it play out from 1968, 53, 47, so on. So we'll continue right where I left off. He did a bunch of head shakes yesterday, and I gave him a little crap. But I'll continue where we left off here, if it lets me. Right there. Okay. I just love history. Love UFO history. I love this stuff. And see, this is what I hope happens after I'm long gone. People go back and they look at the stuff we talked about and they're like, Jesus, HC, man, oh my God, he was right.
A larger device, possibly higher up, and these others are under control or not. And there's one case which the...
Are they being controlled by men on Earth or by men from extraterrestrial?
No, I'm not referring to the ones which have such high speeds and maneuvers at high speeds. They're completely beyond the possibility of anything we have now, or even...
We hear that all the time, right? We don't understand how they do it. We don't have the technology to study it, to follow it, nothing. Same thing.
Planning. The speeds, and the Air Force has put some of these on record. There was one case that they never have explained. It was where an object, a very large object, was seen, was tracked by radar, and a number of small objects which were tracked 5,240 miles an hour from a B-29. And people on board the B-29 saw the small objects. They merged with the big one, which then accelerated to over 9,000 and went off the scope.
In other words, they're either manned
or remote control.
Either manned or remotely controlled by extraterrestrial.
By alien of whom we know nothing.
Major King, you mentioned the term non-believer. What do you mean by a non-believer?
Well, that was Mr. Lowe's expression. A non-believer would be someone who did not believe at all in anything connected with UFOs. Same way I used to be. Thought it was.
Are you kidding me? What's a non-believer? What is it? It's a guy, a person who doesn't believe everything. God, what a stupid question.
It was nonsense. Complete
Thank
nonsense.
you.
It took reading hundreds of reports and talking with hundreds of witnesses, many pilots and others, before I was convinced.
In your mind, does it boil down then to the case of believers and non-believers?
No, it doesn't. What it should boil down to is this: an open.
He said, the reporter says, does the case
by alien of whom we know nothing.
Major King, you mentioned the term non-believer. What do you mean by a non-believer?
Well, that was Mr. Lowe's expression. A non-believer would be someone who did not believe at all in anything connected with UFOs. Same way I used to be. Thought it was nonsense. Complete.
same way I used to be? I thought it was nonsense. So he's a believer.
Nonsense. It took reading hundreds of reports and talking with hundreds of witnesses, many pilots and others, before I was convinced.
In your mind, does it boil down then to the case of believers and non-believers?
No, it
Does this case boil down to the believers and the non-believers? What a strange question.
doesn't. What it should boil down to is this: an open investigation, independent of any government agency. Maybe the government would have to provide some, but there should be some way of making it open so there would be no chance.
Wow, we never hear that. You know who said that? Jaime Maussan about the mummies. But that isn't even happening, is it? No American scientist has looked at those mummies that I'm aware of. Holy crap! Who sent in? Hey! Is that AJB? Thank you very much for the $20 on PayPal. Looks like we're close to going. We're close. Halfway there. Actually, we could probably make it on that, but I wouldn't be able to eat. But thank you very much, Jerry. No, oh, that was the last one, right? AJB. Trip to Kennedy for launch. That is really nice. Thank you. And you are a continuing supporter. Sorry, I went backwards. It just jumped on me. All right. We'll do another 30 seconds. And isn't this amazing how similar it is? It's just, there's nothing new about what's going on. That's the point. I could play another 30 seconds and we'll be like, oh, yeah, we say that now. Let's make that bet. Let's see.
For charges of being biased, to find out what is back of this. Now, let's say that, all right, you don't have to prove the extraterrestrial answer, but here are reports that prove there have been devices under intelligent control, seen, tracked by radar, sometimes simultaneously tracked by 2 radar stations to get a fix on it. Now, one is often enough, but when you get 2 that confirm identically what is seen visually, that's a pretty tight case. Now, the Washington Airport case is one that has never been explained. They called it a slight temperature inversion, but we have had proof, and the Weather Bureau furnished us with records about 1 to 1.5 degrees of temperature inversion, and it's impossible to get any such effect with an inversion of that kind. So there was an unexplained case.
Major Keogh, there's one question that's got to be asked, and a lot of people wonder, how is your organization financed? Are you in this to exploit it to the people? I mean,
I understand. I know.
What is going to become of the profits from the book club?
The guy's asking, what is going to happen with the profit of the book? What are you going to do about the money that you're making?
Well, how do you operate? Where
All
do you
right.
get your money?
How do you operate?
I came into NICAP first to take over and get it set up and then get back to my own profession of writing. And I wasn't a big name writer, but I was doing very well. I hadn't made less than $25,000 a year at that time, and I had offers which would have taken me into considerably higher brackets, including television in Hollywood. I got stuck with it because after I got it started, nobody would take it over, and they wouldn't take it over because NICAP didn't have any money. NICAP is going along almost on the verge of going under. For all those years, we've been financed by subscription, or rather membership fees, $5, which is a very small amount considering all that we do,
Wow.
and a sales of occasional publications. For instance, this Air Force project, Grudge and Blue Book reports, which the Air Force denied they had for years, and finally through the Moss Committee, we were able to.
Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, they denied they had it for years, but Jesus H, here it is.
Didn't have any money. NICAP is going along almost on the verge of going under. For all those years, we've been financed by subscription, or rather membership fees, $5, which is a very small amount
That's like $30 right now.
considering all that we do, and a sales of occasional publications. For instance, this Air Force project, Grudge and Blue Book reports, which the Air Force denied they had for years.
Love it. All right, we'll leave it there. Deny, deny, deny until you can't. See, that's what they do. All right. So they run out of money. They deny everything, deny it. And then, some years later, somebody who that's retiring or worked there, or they have to start the next narrative. They're like, hey, I was around when this happened. And just to let you know that they're covering it up. Of course, the government, was watching and investigating UFOs. They had to. It's a threat. And then they go back. And it never ends. It's a continuing cycle. Oh, that's Cash App. You guys. It's a continuing cycle that never ends. All right, let's see. What did you... Hey! No way. I haven't had a Cash App in a year. Who did this? It's not letting me see who it came from. Is this it? Is this what... Is it Elizabeth? No. It is Elizabeth. Well, thank you very much, Elizabeth, for the. Yep, that's the timestamp. Oh, well, thank you very much. EA is your initials. Thank you so much for the $10. It looks like we're probably going to go. This is going to be exciting. Let's just hope there's no. Even if they do cancel it, we'll have a nice, entertaining time down there. Oh, I'm excited. Just a little more, and it would make it that much more exciting. All right, let's go next up tonight. You guys are unbelievable. I know I have the best supporters in this field, I think. But that's just, I'm a little biased. Okay. All right. So, if tomorrow's real, if this thing is a real thank you to Chuck Schumer, I would I would be really embarrassed if it's real. I don't want to find out. I don't want to know if it's real until tomorrow. I don't want to bust my bubble, and I want that thing to be real because I want it to be the biggest joke of the year so far. I tell you what I can't wait for, and that's Elizondo's book. I can't wait for it. That'll be one of the few books I'll read this year. So without his face being up there, Christopher Mellon is part of this group. Man, does that guy, he really bothers me. The same way I looked at Kirkpatrick from Arrow is the same way I look at Mellon. But I see Mellon a little more saltier than Kirkpatrick. Like, his ego is top notch. Nobody can match his. Even Elizondo. I don't think Elizondo can. Well, do you know who has the biggest ego in all of this field? The entire field. Who's got the biggest ego, do you think? Let's pick three. Jeremy Corbell. Tops. We're talking about egos. Jeremy Corbell. Now we have to think. You want to say Elizondo, right? He's more of a bully. But his ego is unmatched. It really is. I'll go with him. I don't really want to go with Elizondo, but we'll have to because of the way he lies and had all the different accounts and and all that shit, that lie. So him and the ego, nobody will know. I'm a counterintelligence specialist. I know how to screw with people's minds, lie, and make it like I'm telling the truth. I'm Lou Eleganzo. So yeah, second, Corbell, Elizondo. Who's the third? There's a lot of people out there. I want to say Knapp, but no. I want to say Brandon Fugel, but I don't think so. Who's bigger ego? Not Grusch. Not Fox. Jaime Maussan! Of all people, Jaime. Hey, Twinkle! That's a £5, £5 super chat. Keep rocking, Richie. Thanks, Twinkle. And welcome to the show. Good to see you. Thank you for being a continuing supporter of Goof On. What's up, Dave Tedball? How you doing? Hi, Busby. Welcome to Goof On. Tacey Hale. Good evening. Derek Kennedy. Seymour Cannabis. I see everybody now. Hey, Leadfoot. How you doing, Rich? I love calling my own name out. Brett S. That sounded so weird. True, though. No, it's not. Don't worry about it. I don't even remember who I am. Good to see you, Brett. Nice. So tomorrow, I'll have to leave at 1 o'clock. Get there by 3:15. I don't speed, I'll do the speed limit. I like driving, so I just chill. Plus, I've never been to NASA. I've been to Orlando already, but that was for something else. So, yeah, I'm excited. I I would like to stay the night down there and do maybe a couple of live shows. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. I don't know how much it is, but with spring break here, you know, the hotel rooms are going to be probably booked up, or I don't know. I'll call around tonight. I'll find out. So I was speaking to Chris Mellon for a reason, because as always, he's in the daily speak of what we do here. Stephen Greenstreet doesn't mess around when it comes to these guys either. He has no fear of speaking his mind when it comes to any of these people. I find it refreshing. I really do. A lot of people don't like Stephen Greenstreet that are on X, but that's expected, okay? It doesn't shock me anymore. They just hate anybody that doesn't think what they think. That's why. That's it. So Chris Mellon admits 2017 New York Times UFO article was not journalism, but part of a plan to sell UFOs to Congress. I talked about this, right? I thought I already did this. Didn't I already do this? Sounds familiar. Yeah, the UFO story of at least 6 years started with a lie. In 2017, the New York Times front paged a story about UFOs. This article, maybe it's just that I read it. This article kicked off 6 years of UFO hysteria in America, and it was used to influence Congress, you know who, to spend taxpayer funds on baseless alien hunts. The Times story was co-written by UFO activist Leslie Kean, who later admitted she avoided certain facts and details in order to get people to accept UFOs. See, gosh dang it. Freaking told you guys they're lying. They're not telling us everything. You can tell. He says, my extensive New York Post reporting has revealed, without doubt, that the 2017 New York Times article was inaccurate, false, and intentionally deceptive. And the link is here. And now one of the main architects of that deception is openly admitting his role. In a new Gizmodo article by Lucas Ropek one, UFO activist Chris Mellon admits the Times article was not investigative journalism, but rather just a copy and paste of his plan, quote unquote, to influence Congress about UFOs. Oh my God. Why? Why? Why do you need a plan? Why do you have to be like that? This is why nobody trusts you. God. Why can't they just be forthcoming and outright? All this surreptitious way of thinking. Oh, well, I had to convince, or what was the wording on that? Let me pull that back up here. What did I not read it right or something? Am I forgetting? It was rather just copy and paste of his plan to influence Congress about UFOs. Just tell the truth. How about that? So from Ropek's article, Mellon says that after learning of the extent of UFO sightings by U.S. pilots, he wanted to spread the word about the issue. I came up with a simple plan to do that, which involved going to the press and going to Congress. All right, that's not bad if that's the plan, said Mellon. Mellon then talks about sneaking unauthorized military videos out of the Pentagon's via USB drive and an accomplice. Mellon had publicly admitted this accomplice was Lou Elizondo, which, by the way, they weren't really sneaking out anything that they shouldn't have. That was already declassified bullcrap. Am I wrong? I thought I wasn't. His article continues. The way Mellon explains it, the pivotal New York Times story that is largely credited with helping legitimize UFOs within the broader culture, never would have happened without his direct involvement. Oh, the ego on these people. This was not investigative journalism, Mellon tells me. I handed them the evidence, introduced them to Elizondo, gave them a stack of documents, arranged for them to meet and interview Harry Reid, and made a deal with them. They ran the story, which appeared on December 16, 2017 on the front page. So there you have it. More proof and evidence that a small group of UFO activists have seduced the credulous news media with tall tales about UFOs in order to influence Congress to spend taxpayer funds on their sci-fi crusade. for a full in-depth breakdown of the false New York Times article. Chris Mellon and the rest of the dubious group of UFO activists that duped Congress. Watch New York Post investigative documentary. Mellon admits. Something like that. Wow. I mean, you know, it just never ends. Remember when they came up with the hitchhiker? Trying to make, we used to call them attachments. So Skinwalker Ranch came up with a term called hitchhiker. We're going to change it. Put it in a different box with a new bow. Hey, Brett S. throwing down $20. That is pure love right there. Man, thank you very much. You didn't have to do that, brother. You are a continuing supporter of GoofOn. And thank you so much for that support. Mucho gusto, generoso. Oh, I knew I was. See, I was trying to stop saying that. And I think that's the first time I've said it in days. Maybe a week. I don't think I said it all last week. Brett, thank you. Seriously, very, very much. Continuing supporter. Hey, Surfer Girl, .07.03. Must be July 3rd. Hey, McNaynan, what's this? It's up to the individual YouTuber and person to look at all the evidence online sent in by common folk and make an educated assumption from there. Couldn't have said it better myself. I don't want you to believe me. Just hear me. Make your own minds up. Go do the research. If you think, sometimes I play the clips and we talk about them. It's easy to see, right? That's some evidence right there. But really, I don't ever want anybody to just take what I say blindly. And I know you guys don't, but I can't be right on everything. So let's hope I'm wrong about the important stuff, that they're, not lying to us all the time. But it's so hard because they do. And we've caught them. And not only did we catch them, red-handed. It's sad, Nan McKay. Nice to meet you. Myra's here. Good to see you. Helicity, how do you do? A lot of interesting new names here. Thank you very much for hanging out. What's this? A line from an old song for our special GoofOn ladies. Not only are they of utmost intelligence and integrity, but song chorus. Ain't she sweet? Really knocks me off my feet. It's the GoofOn way. Do, 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 do. If you want the truth, but you got on your boots, he ain't shit kicking today. Because you don't know the goddamn truth. You wanna have a brush your tooth, and then you think that you know everything, but you don't know anything. And I just want to say goodnight. Stop singing. You're scaring me. Right, here we go. So this was about a year ago. All right, I want to listen to this because it's Jimmy Fox. Good old Jimmy JF, Jimmy Fox makes it clear that him and others have recorded interviews with intel folks. Poor James Fox, he got stuck. He's now grifting so hard. So he's got recorded interviews with intel folks that have already testified to Arrow. If the government is not going to release it, we're going to release this to the public so they'll know that this is going on. Ooh, James Fox. Ooh, if you don't show it, I will. Just show it. Show it. There's nothing holding you back except this. See, if James Fox isn't making money on the shit that he has, He's not going to let us see it, hear it, feel it, touch it, taste it, smell it, whatever. Why has he done this? Yeah, it took him 6 years to make a phenomenon documentary. No, this guy, he's doing it wrong. He could still make the documentary. Just show it, make the documentary so we can all watch it. But do it one after the other. I don't get these guys. Like, don't say you have anything. Okay? Make the movie, promote it just like a normal person, give yourself a month, and then surprise us all. And do you realize that would work so much better than saying, oh, in my next documentary, I got smoking gun evidence. So you're holding on to it? Well, yeah. Why? Well. Oh, okay. That really sucks, doesn't it? Is this a video?
However, what I'm doing and what many others are doing
are grifting. And eat your food before you start an interview.
We're meeting with the intel folks on the inside that have already gone to testify to Arrow, which is run by Sean Kirkpatrick. That's the new UAP task.
Oh, by the way, this is a year ago. Hey, yeah, where are those? Wait a minute, this is a year ago. Where are those whistleblowers? I thought you said you were going to release them. And this is almost a year ago. You see the bull crap? Do you now see? Do you get it? James Fox has been holding on to these. Supposedly, he interviewed the same people that were interviewed by Arrow. And if they aren't going to release it, he said he would. It's almost a year later. Weird, isn't it? Isn't that weird? Weird. Why, Jimmy? Tell you why. Money. That's all it is to them. And yet, I'm still going to watch his documentary. I won't pay for it, but I'll watch it.
Task force, and they're going on camera with people like myself, and I've gotten a number of them on camera already.
Liar!
And they're disclosing not the classified parts, but what they've disclosed basically behind closed doors. In other words, I'm providing the names of the programs. I'm providing the names of the individuals involved in the programs, the locations of these programs.
No, you didn't.
And in fact, if you get me the classifications, I can walk you in the door. So the clearances. So if the government is not going to release it, we're going to release this to the public so they'll know that this is going on. So we're just trying to force the government hands. And look, there's a lot of elected officials like Senator Gillibrand and Rubio, Mark Warner, Geiger, Andre Carson, that are really batting for us, that are really, they need our support, but they're going to bat. They're not trying to cover this up. They're trying to actually get this open, but the intelligence agencies are being very difficult.
Here's what I don't understand. I thought they were allowed to talk without worrying about being unalived, losing their pensions, and all the stuff that goes with being a whistleblower, right? You no longer work for the government. You have Danny Sheehan, who's your lawyer, so they can't take your pension away. I don't know if they spoke with Dopser. Probably not. But it's all talk. It's all talk. Right now, it's all talk. I'm sure they've got whistleblowers. Sure of it. Positive. So why can't he release it after all this time? Why can't he release it? Two things. Either he didn't, which I don't think James Fox would lie about this. He's not that stupid. He's not Corbell. He's a little smarter right now, but he's getting a little more delirious the more grift he does. Shit, what was I going to say? Damn it. Anyway, where? in a documentary is where he's going to release it. Very sad. Very sad. Most reasonable people, and I want to show you this because a lot of people really have faith in this right here. More people believe in this than don't, I think. I do. I think people are still being hopeful, and I think it's false. I think they have skewed hopes and dreams and reality. They just don't know. They haven't been heard enough. But when you hear it, that side of the world, not I don't know if ufology, but that side is what's running basically the mainstream media. Everything we see coming from the government, Elizondo, Grusch, so on and so forth, right? Everything. It's all government figured out. They've already planned it all. It's all written. The narrative's being played out as we speak by this kind of thinking. Let me show you. These are the people that scare the shit out of me on that side of ufology. And they're all over. They hate that I'm doing this show tonight. Hate me for it. I'm surprised we have anybody here at all, to be honest with you. Every time I do a show about somebody from their hero section, shit, it sucks most of the time. And I know that. But I don't care. I'm not here for feelings. I'm here for the truth. Come on. Look at this. Go. It's not it. Oh, my God. Well, you don't need to see. It doesn't really matter. Just listen. This is what's running ufology.
You're over here appropriating a space for your own personality.
I'm a journalist.
You're not a journalist.
How do you decide who's a journalist?
I mean, considering I was fired as a journalist, you're no journalist.
Literally, would you rather be itchy or sick your whole life?
You're not doing this for, like, what the actual conversation is, which is getting rid of this country.
Getting rid of this country?
Getting rid of America, getting rid of the West. This is what this is for.
You want to get rid of America?
Yes! Everyone here understands that at some level we need to get rid of America completely.
What should we do?
Decolonization, land back.
Where should we go, though?
In our communities. We need to go
Be racist.
leave the capitals, leave the central capitals of commerce, of capital itself.
My God, that is somebody who wants to be a sovereign citizen. Anybody who says, commerce, 9 times out of 10, they don't even know what that means. They just say it because it's a fun word that they hear. But that scares the hell out of me because those are the people with that mindset running ufology, which is why we're failing, which is why we can't go anywhere, which is why they make it look just like they promised. We're going to change everything. When Trump's gone, I promise I won't get rid of those jobs. I promise this. I promise that. Bing, bang, boom, lie, lie, lie. And that's running ufology. Sorry. Not sorry. It's true. That's the mindset. You know, we're going to do things our way. Well, your way fails every time. Every time. This is what bothers me about Tucker Carlson. He had the QAnon guy on. I'm really glad I did not have that guy on my show. But in a way, I kind of wish I did. But everywhere he goes, it's every channel he's been on, something happened to the channels that he's been on. So it's a blessing in disguise that we didn't have him here. But, he's not listening to the other side of ufology. You know what I mean? But he had some rambling idiot that I listened to, it was so hard for me to listen to that interview. That guy is just batshit crazy. In my mind, in my opinion. So not a good representative of ufology. That's not the interview that Tucker needs to hear about UFOs or anything to that. Tucker needs to hear the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And I think he actually probably figured it out. He probably knows that the whole thing's a psyop. Don't you think? Don't you think Tucker knows? I don't know. He started talking about we definitely don't have free will because of outside sources, forces, whatever he used. That scares me too. Like, what do you mean I don't have free will? Well, you do and you don't. Maybe. And he may be right. I don't know. I can't prove it. But that's what he's been told. So he believes it without any evidence. Just because somebody works for the government in a imaginary UFO program that they nicknamed OSAP, ATIP, whatever the frig, it doesn't mean they're being truthful to Tucker. They're telling Tucker, who's a journalist, what he needs to hear. The truth is, they don't know shit. The truth is, the Tic Tac, although it may be real, has never been seen. Again, all right, I'll say the video if you want to go with that video they showed us. All right, it's never been seen again. And don't you think the government? 2 years. Ryan Graves said they saw him, and you mean to tell me they don't have 30 seconds of video we can watch? That's what we need to see. I don't want to hear anything anymore. You're going to tell me something? I want to see it. This is where we need to be. Not here anymore. Combine this and this. That's what we need with this. Oh, we're going to hear another whistleblower. Oh, they were underground in the Arctic. Got it. We heard that story before. Well, one time I was in low Earth orbit and we were looking at the moon. Got it. We heard that from Buzz. One time we were in the desert and there was a hole in the ground. Got it. We know about the Southwest. Got it. Area 51. Creepy. Lots of land. Hidden in mountains. Got it. Papoose Lake. Hey, that's fun. Ugh. Oh, they're out and over by the Hawaiian Islands. We know. Oh, they're out by the Marianas Trench. We know. In Alaska. We know. Hawaii. We know. Mount Everest. We know. Russia. We know. We know. We don't need to hear any more whistleblowers. And then we saw hybrid aliens and they were talking with us with their minds. Really? No. Yeah. Yeah, really. Ugh. All right. Stop horsing around. Get to the show. What are you talking about? Holy crap, the show's flying by. I'm just talking. I don't even know what I'm saying. Is it time? It is. Hold on. Oh, there isn't anything. Damn it. Come on. You know, I bust my hump. All right, let's see what's over here. Yeah. I've got nothing to show you. All right. I want to talk about this in a little bit. Arrow report confirms that ex-Marine Michael Herrera indeed testified before Arrow and is 100% a whistleblower. He's a legitimate whistleblower. He saw a football-sized UFO being loaded with weapons by secret military in Indonesia jungle in 2009. I remember that guy. All right, next. Oh, we'll get back to that. I've got so much stuff to go over. It's ridiculous. It is. It's ridiculous. I have like a 4-hour show set up for some reason. I'll show you this picture real quick from Budapest. This was taken in 2011 from an aeroplane. It's just a picture, no video. What do you think? Unbelievable, right? It looks fake. Here it is in the distance. It looks fake. Like, too good to be true. I say it's fake. That looks very, very fake to me. Next! That's why I don't like pictures. That could be a real thing. And I'm just not buying it. Whoa, what is this? All right. I love this. This is what I live for. So this guy dies. And he sees the future. You know the story already. You've heard them all before. They're going to tell us things that, no detail. But America's going to be broken up into pieces. Okay, right? Russia's going to fall. China's going to have economic distress and rely on America. There's a major earthquake and you're going to, California is nearly in the ocean. I bet you we get something like that. And it's not the United States, Russia, China anymore. It's a one world. That's the future, that people say. This euphoric? What is it? Europa? It's like a Europa? Urethra? What do they have? A lot of fun in the future. The future is just an all one world order. Let's hear what this guy says. He looks very familiar. Oh, this is Gary Wimmer? Is that him? It is. Check this guy out. It's a good story. Bullshit, but it's good.
First series of pictures.
Hold on.
I saw all the craziness, all the confusion in the first series of pictures. I'm not trying to freak people out.
No.
I'm trying to say we're going through a big, big change. And there's a reason for it. We can't change the case.
You know why? Because that's the only thing people can say. Because there's always change. Number one, bullshit. Continue.
Chaos the world's going through now. And the reason we're going through it, one simple reason.
We're always going through it.
Hi, Gary. Thanks for joining me. I heard you had a near-death experience. Can we hear about it?
Yes, I did, and I'm honored to be with you. I really appreciate the opportunity. This happened when I was 29, 1977.
Jesus, he was
traveled
bald.
a lot in a band, had to take some time off the road, quit the band. But that evening when I went back to my apartment, a little duplex with my roommates,
Smoked the doob.
within about an hour of talking, I started feeling what other people were going to ask and say. I went to sleep that night, or tried to. I couldn't sleep at all. My mind was racing like.
They laced his doobie with a little PCP. They used to do that in those days.
Never before. My roommate came walking in, reading the morning newspaper,
I bet you that's what happened.
and I saw the headlines through his eyes. I walked down to the store about a couple hours later, and everybody I passed on the sidewalk, I could feel what they were thinking about. Unsolicited. It was bizarre. But at the same time, I felt this protection. I felt these guardian angels. I felt something was watching over me. They seemed to name themselves the monitors. I never saw them, except one time, which I'll explain. But I kept feeling them. Then all of a sudden, I felt this real warmth around.
There's a movie out there called The Adjustment Bureau. I recommend watching it. It really goes over, you'll run it through your mind if you wonder how we don't have free will. It's based on, the story in that movie is based on what people say when they get abducted or think that they're special, right? Some of them are. This story already has a tone to it that is very familiar, that we hear all the time. So far, nothing new, but I like it. I like the story so far. I have to stop it or I can't play it every now and then.
Around me, just millisecond. What? Opened my eyes.
Oh yeah, he started to say he had a warm feeling coming over him. Let me just go back as I talk.
But I kept feeling them. Then all of a sudden, I felt this real warmth around me, just millisecond. What? Opened my eyes, and there's this huge light shining down on me. It looked like a spotlight. And I thought, wow, if I had a ladder, I could touch it. It's 6 feet up above me. It was physical. I could see it. And I looked around at all these people watching me, and none of them acknowledged this huge light coming down. I couldn't understand it, but I didn't care. I looked back up at the light. Then it appeared as a crystal table about this thick. And as I looked through it, I saw these palms of these 7 monitors, these 7 beings looking down at me, and this light's coming down through their hands, and I was just amazed. Fear had just instantly vaporized. They were in white robes. Their faces kind of looked like gray, like they weren't male or female, as if to say our faces don't matter. It's our presence. And they said, "Do you trust us?" I said, "Well, of course. I mean, you're the monitors. You're the guys I've been feeling for." "Yes. Do you trust us?" "Yeah, but I don't understand what's going on." "Do you trust us?"
No, I do not. How in the world can you answer that question honestly with 7 hall monitors? I mean, this guy's definitely going back to the first grade to where they had hall monitors, guys or girls. So the vision that he's having is going back 70 years probably. I don't know. I'm just 20 years and back then, yeah, maybe. I'm just saying, so far, the monitors, come on. Couldn't do better than that. When I first heard the Galactic Federation, I was instantly turned off. That's the name that they're using. I mean, this is just ridiculousness. This could be real. Could be a real experience. Look, some people have these experiences to share with others. So we don't have the fear of dying. So we do get a glimpse into it through the eyes of somebody who had it, who had the vision. I believe that might be happening sometimes. And you really have to have faith in what they're saying. Believe it. It might be a glimpse into because apparently our bodies are just capsules. What other word do they use? Not entity, but avatar, no, but our body is, I almost had it. A vessel. Anyway, it's to make souls. That's what our body is for. To create the soul for us to experience this life, and in the afterlife, we go back to our natural form. That's the way I've been told. That's what's going on. So we're in this body to experience being a human being. The soul, which is our real being, is formed in here, creating the knowledge of life. And we take all of that which we have learned, and we share it with the rest of our beings, and it's part of just becoming. It's part of the evolution of the mind, the conscious mind, the human mind. For some reason, why they use humans, I don't know. Do they use other entities on other planets that are self-aware, have the free will? Because if Earth is just one of billions out there, then there's got to be another intelligent species out there somewhere doing similar stuff. So it can go on and on and on and on and on. But we don't know why. Maybe it just is this way. Maybe it is. We'll find out. We'll find out. It's really cool. It's a good story this guy has. Another 30 seconds. That's it.
One voice, 7 of them. Pedestrians and people who had been watching me or watching me talk to something, as far as they concerned, ain't there. It was the most real thing I've ever seen. A second or two, I was involved in a head-on collision with the speeding car. Bam, got hit, tumbling over the car. All of a sudden, I'm outside my body. And I'm watching it get tumbled over by the car, but I felt this certain sort of detachment, almost humor. Well, if that's me, that's just what goes on in life.
Yes.
And I'm
Yes. It's just that's what happened to me. Well, I don't know if I died, but I think I had a dream about dying, or I died in my sleep when I went up to the ceiling and I put my hands through, and I looked back at my wife and the dog on the bed as I rose out of my body, and I look back and I say, I know I'm supposed to love them, but I don't feel anything. I actually said that to myself. I'm like, I don't feel anything for them, and I felt bad. And then I started saying, oh, I guess because I'm going through and then I started to fall back into my body. And it really is like you're being slammed in there. That's how it was for me. It's like they snap you out of it, I think is what happens for people who are allowed to have that vision. And I think I had one. I think I've had it a couple times, to be honest. And if I die in my sleep, it wouldn't be unusual. That's how 2 men in my family have died, very young, 49 and 56. So I'm at the age where hopefully if I make it past 57, I'll be good for a while. Till 69, then I'm dead. But that's what he just said is exactly what I felt when I experienced what I thought was an NDE in my sleep. That is so cool. I've never heard anybody else say that. It's like, yeah, oh well, that's supposed to happen. That's exactly it. It's just, oh well, so be it. I love them. Don't need them anymore. That's exactly how he's putting it.
I'm outside my body.
Great stuff.
And I'm watching it get tumbled over by the car, but I felt this certain sort of detachment, almost humor. Well, if that's me, that's just what goes on in life.
I love it.
And I'm expanding outside the car in all directions like a balloon, not like an arrow, but like a balloon. I saw an accident. I saw the whole city of Austin, Texas, a little dot. I saw the whole earth contract within inside me because I'm expanding. Now my body's down there on Guadalupe Street, people hollering, screaming, and freaking out. Planets, galaxies, it's expanding bigger and bigger and bigger. Went through the solar system, went through the whole universe, got to the edge of the universe.
The edge.
Went outside of it. And in the book, I described what I felt like was a level of consciousness that I call the colors, seemed to name itself that. It's a level of consciousness that when we come in at birth, we go through this level of the colors that gives us the ability to use our natural human senses and brain to understand who we are and where we came from.
We'll come back to that story tomorrow or next time, because tomorrow's going to go to Orlando. Going to the launch tomorrow. I can't believe it. I'm really excited. I really am. It's going to be cool. Hey, Into Thin Air. I was just looking for one of your videos. How are you? Good to see you, bro. Hey, Anjali. Nice to see you too. Whoops, it jumped on me. There you are. And Stardust. I thought I saw you earlier. And Lunar Sparkles Uno. Good to see everyone. Thank you for hanging out tonight here. Raging Against Machine. What is up, my friend? All right, a lot of new faces, a lot of familiar faces here tonight. Thank you for hanging out. I love everything what this guy's saying. I can't believe I've never watched this. First time I watched it, I watched a minute just to see if I'd like it for the show, and I fell in love with it. And now that I just watched that, I still have some goosebump residue on my arms, because when he said that, it just rushed of like, that's exactly it. That's exactly what I felt. if that's what happened to me. I swear to you it did. I felt like I died a couple of times. Yeah. All right, we're going to come back to that guy next time we're on doing a show. I don't know why I had that guy for tonight, but I did. I don't know. It was like I had to play it. All right, I'll come back to this. I've got a lot of stuff, man. This is great. Tim Gallaudet. I'm still on the fence. This here's by Michelangelo. It says Tim Gallaudet. Is that how you say it? Knows the people that oversaw the crash retrieval legacy programs. Oh, wait. Don't tell me he can't say the names. Tim Gallaudet says he is totally convinced that some UFOs are advanced non-human technology. He says the reason he is so convinced is because he personally knows the folks that oversaw the crash retrieval programs and the programs that analyze that UAP data. But he can't tell us who. You know, this is what bothers me. I understand he can't name names, but that's what's it's just frustrating. Like they bring it up like to say, hey, you know, we know some stuff, but, and it's always but. It's like, just tell
the legacy
us.
program.
Yeah, I think I just said everything he's saying.
Well, I'm totally convinced that we're experiencing a non-human higher intelligence. By the way, there's non-human intelligence all around in the ocean, especially when you look at marine mammals like whales and all that. But
not the same.
This is non-human higher intelligence, and they, of course, are possessing craft, vehicles, whatever that can do things we can't explain. And with technology we can't explain, and with laws of physics that are not what we know them to be, obviously. So, and I am completely convinced because I know the people who were in the government programs, the legacy programs that oversaw.
Does that make you feel a little more comfortable? What he's saying? Oh, you know, trust what I'm saying because I know these people. I broke bread with them. I worked with them. So, they're people. Oh, just because you're saying it means it's true. Gotcha. Look, I understand, you know, you're putting your neck on the line for people whose names you can never tell, for stories that we'll never hear. I get it. I get you can't break your oath to your fellow man and or woman.
Both the crash retrieval and just the analysis of UAP data. So that I'm very confident in these people, former intelligence, former DOD, and we are working as a team behind the scenes to advance disclosure, a controlled disclosure, mind you, as was put forth in the Schumer amendment.
As put forth in this Schumer amendment. How's that working? I got to tell you, do you remember the end of last year, pretty much since September on, everybody of ufology was saying next year is going to blow the doors off everything. Everybody was saying that. Started out great, right? The Miami aliens, remember? New Year's? And then what? Was that last year? Feels like it. Doesn't it feel like a year ago already? So, you know, we've got those. That was a non-story. And if I'm going to go there this weekend, I can find out more, just, you know. But I don't think I'm going to go this weekend. It's going to be tough. I just realized some things. So, but Orlando, yeah, tomorrow. What was I just saying? I talked myself right out of my memory. Damn it. Well, of course he's going to cover up for his friends and say all that. Look, I don't believe him. Any of them. Do I believe that there are aliens? I believe that there's something. That's all I know. That's all I think I can say. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, you want to see something funny? You know, what was it, last night or the night before? I was talking about the Miami thing, and I think it was David Wilcox or Ben, one of you, said that, I think it was Ben. Oh, maybe it was David. It doesn't matter. And I went to Google Maps to look at it and couldn't find it. I am convinced there are certain people that watch our show. Because Dan Warren just talked about it, 23 hours ago. And he did a little video on it. Just like we did. Well, I did it during the live show. But, you know, it sparks new ideas, and I get ideas from other shows. So it's very cool.
Do you remember the rumors of an underwater alien base being located just off the California coast
That's what
near
it looked
Malibu?
like.
And what was crazy?
That's what it looked like. That's what I couldn't show you because I didn't spend too much time on it the other day. But that's what it used to look like.
Is that you could even find it for yourself by checking out Google Maps. But you can't anymore because that area has apparently been scrubbed. But of course, pictures of this structure still exist on the internet. And thanks to Ripley Cooks, we even have recent video of this anomaly. Whether it's a massive underwater alien base or just a really strange underwater geographical structure is unknown.
2,000 feet underwater, 100-foot columns, 40 feet wide, each column, something like that. It's massive. A submarine could easily fit in there. Now they covered it up. Why? If it's just a natural sandbar, why? Why? Anybody? Because it's not just a natural sandbar. Oh my God, what they do, they do. Did you see? I don't know if Amy talked about it this morning because I wasn't around to see the show. I couldn't. But I saw her tweet or whatever, post today about body doubles with Biden. Have you seen this? I love Amy. She's great. This is good stuff. This is what I love. Look at these guys. I mean, it's so look at the. Now we all know he had surgery done, but this one is really, this one here in the middle. I mean, he looks goofy, right here, right? And if you look at the ears on some of these, they don't match. Like that ear, it matches here, but it doesn't match this ear. Like this ear is just slightly different, and this one. This looks like a body double for sure, but you go back 30, 40 years, he had hair. Even this guy looks suspicious. They all do, right? The one on the right's the real one. The one on the left is the fake, definitely. It looks like that to me, especially this one here. Remember? Anybody seen my sack? Ooh, where's my sack? Let's go to Japan. Korea! Let's go to Korea for a UFO sighting, shall we? I can't believe this came in from Korea. Check this out. Yeah, from Nathan Lang. Check it out. We never see anything from Korea.
원래 속도로 했는데도 누가 지나가는지도 모를 정도로 빨리 휙 지나갔죠? 자, 우리가 흔히 알고 있는 접시 모양의 UFO는 아닌 것 같습니다. 요즘엔 장면.
First of all, if the thing is flying that fast, that close, it's a bug. I don't know what this is though. I videotaped that before. I have that on video. Same thing. I showed it. I showed it here on the show.
영상입니다. 골프 연습을 하던 제보자가
Yeah, that's weird. That's not a bug.
하늘을 가로지르는 정체불명의 물체를
I don't think that's a bug.
촬영을 한 것.
I mean, if it is, oh yeah, it is. Look at the wings right here. Oh my God, they're right here. One wing there, the other one here. It's totally a bug. Oh my God, it's so sad. I knew it. I said it in the beginning, but it really is a bug.
저희가 뭐 단정은 짓지 않겠습니다. 뭐 알겠습니다. 그 뭐 보시기에 따라서.
You're right. King Hao. I wish I could speak languages. But that was a bug. I couldn't see it on the cell phone, but that is a bug for sure. It's sad. It looked just like a real UFO. Oh, man. So much stuff. There's so much. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Hold on. I'm pulling it up. Oh, I got to go over this with you. This is... Let me see what this is. Hold on. Let's watch this video. This was really interesting. Take a look at this. I never heard this story. Yeah, I like this. It is just a UFO sighting. It's called Truth Proof. Go.
It was back in the first week in March 2007. I was travelling back from Moulton and Norton Amateur Operatic Society rehearsals, and I'd been travelling on the road for about 45 minutes back from Moulton. I came to the Dottrell pub, and across the junction, looking over towards the distance, towards the Honeypot Inn, I saw these two red-orange, the brightest red-orange orbs I've ever seen. Well, the brightest red-orange lights I've ever seen.
Intensity.
And their intensity, yes, was tremendous. I looked at what the heck are those? And so I wound the window down. There was no other traffic on the road, either coming towards me or along the main road. I crossed the junction and went down this road about 10 miles an hour with my window down, obviously watching for these orbs.
Yeah.
And they were moving independently of each other. They were high up in the sky, above the Honeypot Inn, but you could see that they were close enough to be almost. It looked as if they were interacting. I thought, what on earth are these? And I drove a bit further on, and there was to find somewhere on that road. There was only a few spaces where you could safely pull off. So I pulled off the road, and I turned the front of the car, so I was looking through the main windscreen towards the direction of where these lights were. I watched these for about 15-20 minutes till in the end it was about 5 past 11. Turned my engine off, I turned my lights off. It certainly wasn't anything like a lantern. It was a very, very deep red, intense, and it was there for that length of time. And then I switched back on the headlights and the engine to set off back to Bempton.
Sandagan!
And found that these things were.
Here we go. Check this out. That's it. Wasn't that great? Oh, that was a good place for a break, though, wasn't it? Unbelievable. Yeah, I thought that was a lot better when I watched it before. All right. Oh God. All right, let me show you this. Hey, we can't do a show without Rose Cuckold appearance. This is one of my favorite videos of this year so far. This guy, his face can't contain his lies. I love the quick blinking, the speed talking, the stuttering. Rose Cuckold, everybody. Talking about the UFOs that he knows are real.
Multiple sources that one of these objects was so large they put a building over it. The building serves a dual purpose, and that other purpose is extremely important for national security.
Of course.
And even though I'm a journalist and I think it's important that people reveal things that are criminal or illegal, I can respect and understand why the location of that particular object can't be revealed. But yes, there are more than... You're talking double figures. Dave Grusch wouldn't reveal exactly how many the US has in its possession. But you're talking double figures. Now, you used the word crashed. I don't. On some of these occasions, I think it's possible that these objects were left deliberately for humans to find.
Oh, he's the best. He's the worst. I don't think so. The supposed whistleblower who's heard these stories and may or may not have firsthand accounts of knowing things, but a journalist, an Australian journalist at that, a shitty Australian journalist at that, he doesn't think so. Then he's calling David Grusch a liar. Look, I know I'm playing semantics here. I am. I really am. Look, I think they were left behind too. But he didn't say that when he first got here. That's new to him. He just came up with that stuff. This guy.
I don't know what that means. I've got no idea. But certainly it does appear that the US is in possession of multiple craft, but so also is Russia and China.
Okay. Russia and China too. Got to throw them in there. You know why? You know why you can? Because they're not going to talk to him. They're not going to talk to us. That's an easy go-to statement that he just made, which has absolutely no verifiable evidence. Russia and China have them too. And I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. But he's acting like, oh, I know about this. Oh. We all know. We know too. We know more than you. I don't like fakeness. He's fake. That's why I pick on him. He's fake. He's not a good journalist. He's terrible at his interviews are just awful. He's awful to listen to. And I don't know why he's getting the red carpet treatment in ufology. And I think I know why. Because they needed another investigative journalist. Because George Knapp and Linda Moulton Howe don't have much time left. 5 years at most. George may be gone in a year, if not the end of this year. Who knows? I'd be surprised, but he looks tired. And I don't follow Linda Moulton Howdy Doody, but isn't she like 79, 80? She's old. That'll be me. And people will be saying that about me. He should go. He's so old. He's so, look at him. All right, so, oh, God. All right, I'll play one more thing, and then I'll talk about my project real quick. Oh, I talked about this yesterday. Never mind. That's old news. All right, I want to show you a video real quick. And I told you guys, I'm going to be doing other stuff on the side. And I just want to show you, in case you're interested, I'm not going to advertise a lot. I may just say it from time to time because I want to remain anonymous when I create the channel. So, I don't know. Let me just show you this. Let me just show you another reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. All right, I'm going to have to refresh that page. Okay.
This 87-year-old Utah man ran Bream, busted his head open after being thrown to the ground by police when they responded to a neighbor's complaint.
Just so you know, this, just to give you a heads up, the guy did nothing wrong.
Of potential squatter activity on a foreclosed home. Bream and his wife, the rightful owners of the home in question, were living in their detached garage due to a chemical contamination issue in the basement. When the police arrived and asked Bream, "Is this your residence?" he replied with, "Yeah, that's my house. That's my garage."
No, that's my house. And it's my garage.
The officer informed the couple that they should not be there because the house was foreclosed, drawing attention to the health department's non-occupancy sign.
No trespassing. Yes, that's my sign I put up. So you're the owner of this property? I am.
Bream willingly showed his driver's license to prove he's the owner, but refused to give it to the officer.
I will show you my driver's license. Perfect. I will.
Just to let you know, when a cop asks for your license and you're driving, you don't have to give him your license. All you have to do is present the license. And that's what this old man wanted to do. 87 years old. He doesn't want to give it to the cop. He wants the cop to read it and write it down or just call it in. That's the law. Cop doesn't care because his ego gets in the way.
I'm not giving it to you. There it is.
And your date of birth and your address. Yet one of them did snatch it from his hand.
You sir. Hey, I told you I wasn't giving it to you.
By the way, that's battery and assault.
And this is where the incident took a turn for the worse. As you can see, each has their own version of the story and we'll have to wait for the courts to...
Did you see the bruising on that old man? Did you see that, what that cop did to him? He didn't do anything.
That follow to stay on top. This 87...
He didn't do anything wrong. The cop didn't like the way he was being talked to, and they're supposed to have thick skins, and that was totally disgusting. Just disgusting. And I'll play one more, show you why I am doing what I'm doing. I have my own personal reasons and experiences with police, why I want to do this. Just, this is all about the attitude.
You, sir.
We don't need police like this.
Were you behind me for a while? No. Okay, I did not see you.
No, I know.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. For your protection, mine this is being recorded both audio and visual. Okay. You were rolling. I never actually got a speed on you.
Sorry.
But when I flipped on you, because, gotta be honest, is that thing recording?
I'm not sure. If it's blinking, yes.
No.
I've been riding for, yeah.
Yes, it is blinking.
Okay, then, yeah.
All right.
But if I was, I'm sorry.
I never got a speed on you.
Okay.
So my legal reason for stopping you is that I can't read your tag. Whatever that fuzzy little thing is there.
It's a microphone.
Oh, is that what that is? Now that I see it, that was my own stupidity.
Even they say state police, you know, they don't mess around whatsoever. So.
Man, I love chasing these bikes.
Really?
I love chasing.
Are you
listen to this?
Do you like if I ran away right now, you would have chased me?
Oh,
I've never. 100%. This is my first time getting pulled over.
100%.
Really?
Yes.
Till the end.
Till the end.
That's crazy. Okay. Accident. Yeah, it's not worth it.
I've chased a dude and he ended up dying.
Oh hell no! Yeah.
I chased a dude, and he ended up dying for a speeding ticket, probably. He shouldn't have ran. You're right. The guy shouldn't have ran. That's why they have no chase laws now for cops. They don't chase after runners because it kills innocent people. And the number one killer of cops, them not wearing their seatbelt, car accidents, believe it or not. Yeah. And it's not a dangerous job. There's 22 jobs that are more dangerous than a policeman. So they act, it's so out of control. They're acting this way, and they know they're being recorded. Imagine what it's like when they're not recording, or, you know, sometimes they turn off the camera. It's just, they're very, very dirty. They're dirty. And I'm not going to blanket every cop as being a dirty cop, but they are trained badly. It's their rules and regulations and policies that they follow that are the problem with policing. And then they're trained in only 6 to 8 weeks. That's it. That's it. That's all cops get. 8 weeks of training. And then they have continual training, but it's nothing like the academy. It's terrible. It takes 2 years to become a barber. It takes 2 months to become a cop. You get a gun, a taser, mace, a baton. Should I go on? Multiple clips. Check this out, and then we'll get out of here.
Next time you follow me to a crime scene or any scene of that nature, I will arrest you for obstructing. Let me explain something to you.
Well, let me explain something to you. You don't run the law, you only enforce the law.
Do you want to go to jail for obstructing?
For what?
All he's doing is driving down the street.
Do you want to go to jail too?
For what?
For
obstructing.
what?
You're creating a problem for yourself. Stop following us around.
There's no law against that.
Stop following us around! That's your last warning!
You got that.
Go ahead and record it. Officer Tobler 612. No problem. And you had no problem. Got that. No. Just go, okay? Just go.
I would like to file charges.
Okay.
Obstruction. obstruction is a physical thing. Cops say that all the time. You're obstructing. No. And if it was verbal, you would have to be making threats of harm, bodily harm, very harsh language, very threatening language. That's the only way. You can't be obstructing by not cooperating with the police. It's just a silly thing, but they get arrested every day. People get arrested for that every single day, illegally. And taxpayers are paying so much money out to lawsuits and settlements. They settle most of these things out of court. I just watched an auditor get illegally arrested, sued, and lost because the judge is corrupt. The judge is in on it. The judge doesn't like that he wanted to record police. This cop hurt him purposely, injured his arm, detained him illegally. Everything was done illegal by the cop. He got 90 days in jail for obstruction. It is the most, America's falling apart in the courtrooms, on the streets, right next door. It's over if we don't do anything. And if somebody doesn't stand up for the rights of our rights, they're going to be forgotten and lost. And if you don't flex it, nobody's going to know. And the only way people know is through shock and awe. So you got to create the conversation, just like we do here in ufology. People don't like Goofon's attitude. You're too aggressive. You swear. You call people names. You're immature. You make ufology look bad. Oh, but it's okay to lie, cheat, grift, make movies about lies, do all that. That's okay. But me screaming and getting loud and calling somebody a name like idiot or dummy or liar, if that hurts your feelings, you're not an adult. You're just a sensitive little bitch. Sorry. And I don't mean bitch as in girl. I mean bitch as in bitch. You know what I mean, Lou Elizondo. That's what I mean. So I'm sick of seeing it. I'm sick of it. And I just can't sit by and allow. I got to do something. I got to. I don't know if it'll make a difference, but I changed. Somebody changed me. And I think I'm better known. I think I'm better for it. I know more about the law than I ever have. I ever thought I would. So much so, I want to actually be a part of it. And you guys see, this, you see me going through ufology. And at this stage of the game, I am a little salty and I am a little mad and I am a little pissed and I am a little confused and I am unsure that I'll ever see disclosure in my lifetime. I don't think I will. If it doesn't happen in the next 10 to 20 years, it's not happening in my lifetime. Will it matter? If I die and I'll find out, just like Stanton Friedman and all the rest before us. So I just can't sit idly by and watch people be abused, cops abusing people. I just can't. And my father being a cop left a mark on my being because he changed who I thought I was. I used to be a trusting person, but things change in life, and you grow up, and you get a taste of what it's like to be out there. This is what's not taught in school: reality of life, how you're going to be treated when you buy your own place. Or you rent. Nobody teaches you how to go rent an apartment. Nobody teaches you about loans and mortgages, interest rates, the arms, balloons, and all sorts of things. Upside down loans, reverse mortgages. Oh, what is that? Ask your government. So, nobody ever taught me how to buy a car. Well, my dad tried, but he sucked at it. He thought he was great. Hey, Rich, I bought over 18 cars in my life. Yeah, and you lost money on every one, my mother would say. Hey, shut your mouth. Anyway, thanks for listening. And I hope you will join me in the new venture. I will share that information when I do the first video. So when I make my first video, the channel will be up. I already have a name picked out. So, but this will not suffer. Ufology does not suffer at all. If it does, well, I don't know how, but we'll figure it out. I'll make it work. Thank you very much. We'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully, everything will go well. We'll be here probably at 4:30 in Orlando, if all goes as planned. Okay? Thank you for the support. Oh, wait, I got another... Hey, that helped. Yes. $4.20 from... It's got to be Ben. It's not popping up. Oh, what's going on? It is. I knew it was you. Hey, Richie, great show as usual, Ben. Thank you, Ben, for the $4.20. Oh, no. Can I use it? I already transferred all the American money. Okay, it's as long as it's an American money. Do you know I can't transfer funds from another country if I don't have $1 in my American funds? Yeah, it's weird. They don't let you transfer it over. It goes all the way. It says, hey, you pay 50 cents for this. And then it says not insufficient funds. Even if I had $100 from like Mexico or Brazil or whatever, the other side of the world, I won't be able to get it unless there's $1 of American money in there. Isn't that stupid on PayPal? I don't know why they do that. Well, thanks again for the support. I saw that Kelly Lewis was a member for 6 months. Thank you. I remember your first day here. You were like a born foal, just looking around aimlessly for friends to talk to. And then lo and behold, you became one of the strong voices in the chat room. Thanks, Kelly, for your support. Always. Thank you. Kelly Lewis. The E is Lewis. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, moderators. Thank you. Great job again. Newcomers and veterans getting together, making this chat room sing. I appreciate that. We'll see you tomorrow. And don't forget, what do we do here? What do we do? Truthology for ufology. That's what we do. And for you. I fit all that in there. All right. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your night. Thanks for watching Goof On. Alien Bless.
There's like this thing. It's rotating. What was in the skies over Jerusalem, and why did it sound like treasured sites in Christianity?